Hi guys, today we are going to talk about artificial insemination. It's TEKS 130.7b1. What is artificial insemination? Who came up with it? What is the history behind its invention? What do you need to consider before choosing artificial insemination? And how does it work? Artificial insemination is the process of injecting the male's semen into the female's cervix or uterus when she is in estrus. It can be used when natural mating is not an option or when a female won't take the male. It can also be used when you don't have an intact male present. That way you can get the best semen that is out there. In 1784, Spallanzani had the first successful insemination, which was in a dog. The dog gave birth to 3 puppies. In 1899, efforts in Russia began to establish artificial insemination procedures. In 1904, Ivanov developed semen life extenders. In 1912, Dr. Ishikawa joined with Ivanov, and the development of artificial insemination begins in Japan. In 1949, Polog successfully froze chicken sperm by including glycerol. Soon after, they found it can also be done with bull semen. In 1968, Saki and Marshall developed the ability to evaluate sperm. The first major improvement in artificial insemination in the U.S. was the development of a yolk phosphate semen extender, making sperm visible for microscopic examination. When deciding whether to use artificial insemination or not, the producer needs to consider if it is ideal for their operation. Artificial insemination requires working facilities, time, and experience. Skill in a vet may be costly. If you do not know how to administer artificial insemination, training is available, but may be expensive. Also, if it is done wrong, it can be bad for the animal, which ends up being large vet bills. With artificial insemination, semen can be diluted and used fresh, chilled, or frozen. With frozen semen, post-thaw survival becomes important. Frozen semen can be stored for years, which means that semen from the best bulls or semen from a species that are endangered can be used later on after they are gone. Even though conception rates are higher in natural breeding versus artificial insemination, it can be a good alternative. The process begins with semen collection. This is usually done by having the male mount a dummy and ejaculate into a collection container. Semen can then be used fresh or frozen and used later. Next, you find a female that is in estrus. If using frozen semen, you thaw it out. If using fresh or new semen, it's generally ready to go. You pick a semen straw and get ready to do the insemination. The spirette or catheter is then inserted into the vagina and the semen is poured inside the female. If you are using a semen gun, you use the straw and insert it into the vagina and release the semen by pushing the plunger in. You may have to repeat the process a few times just to make sure that your female got bred. Artificial insemination is a complicated process that isn't good for all operations. It requires skill and a lot of time and patience. Happy breeding.